Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Syafi'i. I'm from class 3B and I'm here to read my summary about film fanatics. This interview is talking about Jonathan, Reid, and Sally Mendes. Critic movie Helter Skelter, and Time Out. Helter Skelter is about a university student named Barry who believed that he heard a voice in his head, and it was Charles Manson. Charles Manson himself was a murderer at 60s. He claimed that the Beatles and their song named Helter Skelter as his inspirations. Barry, who heard voice in his head, says that Manson didn't tell him to do bad things at all. He tells to do odd stuff and not murders. Jonathan says visual gags are hilarious, but the script was pretty weak. He chuckled a few times, but the verbal side of things not strong enough. And then the longer the comedy goes without making you laugh, you just start to feel almost embarrassed. There's something you're not understanding that actually you're not getting the film. Shelley says the film has great potential, apart the poor writing. The cast actually helped the film. Like Chris Reed is pretty convincing performance as Barry Jones as the main character, and Barry's mother in the film, Gladys, played by Cynthia Marshall, was absolutely wonderful. She just great and really into every scene she played. She played the role just right and came across as this poor, confused woman whose life has been turned upside down. You could totally feel her pain, and her acting was just spot on. The, cinema, the, cine, the cinematography is something wonderful. It's so realistic, and apparently, this university is located in a huge, wonderful area. In the second movie called Time Out, it's the upside down from Headless Keller. They waited to laugh but never really happened, and this film delivers. It delivers thrills and scares by the buckload, both of them enjoying the movie. There were plot twists and turns on a regular basis that keep you guessing until the very end, and even after credits, they, st- they still have gold. This movie begins with a man traveling home on the bus shortly after having lost his job, and he runs into an old friend who he hasn't seen in like 20 or more years. And then they go talking and find out that neither of them is at all satisfied with their life. So they resolve to do something about it. Jonathan expects to be traditional crime thriller, but this movie is more superior. He really like movie who did that, and it's getting unusual to see movie coming out of Hollywood that does that. A Hollywood debut for the director Oscar de la Pena, who is renowned Argentinian director. He brings something very raw and fresh to the screen. De La Pena is something, but the screenwriter Joyce Cook, who adapted the best-selling novel with the same name published 12 years ago, is also a genius. The cast is Greg Bailey, who plays as a cop who's put into the case. He gives a big contribute, but even without him, who's really good, the film must still survive. It's that strong. And the absolute star of the film is little Pedro Martin, the 7 years old victim in the kidnap that becomes the central theme of the movie in the second half. Pedro was just a resident of Miami, where the movie takes shot, and his only previous acting experience was about 20 minutes on the sitcom for Spanish language TV down in his own on Miami. The last for Sally review for Headless Kettler is high potential but misses the laugh, 6 out of 10. And Jonathan for Time Out, fresh fast movie, delivers what it promised, 8 out of 10. Alright, thank you. That's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.